what would I tell myself whenever it gets hard during the race? I would tell myself, Jeremy, you know what? You signed up for this crap. You need to suck it up and keep moving forward. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. Don't you quit. I want you to finish this race. Finish all 62 miles. You came out here to do 62 miles. You better be broken or dying to pull you off that course. Don't let a blister hold you back. Don't let your mind hold you back. Finish this race, Jeremy.
Bouncing it bit like I'm Yoshi. I am not one of your friends or your homies, little baby. I put up slower than codeine. Already know, she already know I go crazy. You cannot cry on my shoulder, that's what I told her. My heart so cold that it froze. Mixed the OJ with the rose. Told her if she can that right, then we'll see what it's goes.
Alright, we just made our last rest stop before we hit the camp. We're still an hour and 39 minutes away. The terrain is looking a lot more hillier, and just went to the restroom and I threw up for the third time today. My stomach isn't feeling that great, and I have a cough. I still have this cough that I've been having to deal with the last couple of days. So
Came so far just to break my heart.
So we're on the road to the camp right now. It is a crazy road, and we're in a little Prius because we wanted to save gas on the way here. But it's a little crazy road. Not the best road to take the Prius on. But if the road is any indication on how hard the race is going to be, this race is going to be hard. So anyway, I was looking up the race results from previous years, and last year the fastest time was right under 15 hours. That's the fastest time, and they extended the cutoff time to 26 hours. So this should be interesting. This should be fun. 100k in 26 hours seems kind of easy, but this is gonna be crazy. All right, we got here to Camp Eagle. Very stressful drive-in, crazy road. Now we're gonna go check in.
Came so far just to break my heart. Bounce back with the bounce back for the one time. But I bounce back with the bounce back for the one time. I'm counting carrots and cabbage.
Alright, just picked up the packet. I got my number 26, kind of good. Marathon kind of number. Got this thing. Didn't get a shirt, but I got this little visor. So that'll be good. Not wearing it yet. We still have another hour and a half. I gotta get changed. This is not what I'm wearing. Got everything on. We're kind of in a rush because we got here kind of late. It's about 45 more minutes till the race starts. Just getting ready. Nerves are working up. Met some people. My headlamp working. Let's see. Yep, that's working. I have some backups.
Again, welcome everyone to the J&J 2019. Let the party begin, huh? All night long. Woo! Woo!
There we go, here it started. I'm gonna let everybody pass me if they want to. All right, I'm a little more than a mile in. This is a super technical, rocky, windy course. Supposedly right now, this is the real easy part. I had my Garmin set for a 3-minute walk, 1-minute run. I wanted to turn it off, but I guess it's set to that, so I'm gonna have to be annoyed by the beeps the whole time. So far so good. 1 mile in, 61 more miles to go. I don't know, mile and a half in. My plan, if you guys don't know, is to walk the uphills and run the downhills. Pretty simple. All right, we probably have another 20, 30 minutes of light. The sun is setting. Everybody's getting further apart from each other. These trails are fun. Super rocky, like I said. But yeah, I got this freaking cough that I've been having to deal with, and it's back on the trails. Makes it kind of hard to drink, but I'm doing good. I pulled out my trekking poles. They are helping. Just went up a hill, and I realized I suck at hills. I was walking up it and got out of breath real fast. So, good thing I brought these poles. Help me out a little bit. All right. Try to see you guys again before nightfall. Beautiful, beautiful sunset. Getting a little cooler. I am still sweating my ass off, but it's beautiful. Whoa. Made it to the first aid station. Can I get some tailwind?
Yep, right there.
So right now we're at mile 8.19. I was at the aid station. I wasn't getting water in my hydration pack. I was wondering why, and my hose was kinked. And then I fixed it and went back out, and I stole somebody else's poles. Went about a tenth of a mile down, realized what I had done, and then I had to run back. Little adrenaline boost right there. Good evening, everybody. I was like, where are you guys at? Kept hearing you guys talk. I was like, it's so close. It's so far.
It takes you out every time you do a switchback.
Okay. I need some more. Coming into the pavilion. This is the hardest. This is the hard race. Hard race. First 20 miles. First 20 miles. I don't know. That was tough. About to go out on the second loop. First loop was good, but I'm tired now, and that is tough. It's a tough course. But if I keep going out there, maybe I'll finish. See you guys. So at this point of the race, I am tired. I know the course, I know what to expect, and I know that it's going to be real tough. And in the back of my mind, it's already forming DNF. It could be easy to just give up at this point, but I did decide to go on because I knew there was people cheering for me. I know I had my subscribers watching me and wanting me to finish. So I went on in that second loop and I started moving and I found my rhythm. I would get my trekking poles, tap it to the ground, and take a step, 2 steps. Tap, tap, run, run, tap, tap, run, run, tap, tap, run, run. Just get into that rhythm. And it got me through all the miles. I was doing pretty good and going at a good pace until I hit this section of the course where I don't want to even call it a trail. I would call it, they just threw a flag to the next bush and said, that's where you're going. It was a very steep area where you just had to go across the hill, very iffy, the footing was unsure, and I sucked during that part. I had to slow down and just watch my footing. I made it down that area and to the first aid station. That's where he caught up to me. How you guys doing? After the aid station, me and we went off. I realized that he was going to just have me as a pacer, which kind of irritated me at the time because I wanted to run my own race and not focus on anything else. So I tried to pick up the pace a little bit, and I think that really affected my race. I should have just ran my race and kept to it, but I would try to run more. I would try to run the flats and definitely the downhills, and that's where my quads took a beating. And then we hit the 300-meter hill. It was a steep hill where I needed my trekking poles, and I was out of breath. I told Hui that I couldn't go fast in this section, so I told him to go ahead, but he would wait for me at certain points and look back. So I tried my best to keep up, and that also took a toll on my body, and I was sweating up a storm. I felt myself getting tired, and by the time we reached back to the aid station, mile 28, I was tired. I was spent. After that, I checked on my blisters and took off my socks, and I took off my timing chip off my ankle, and I put back my socks on. I left my chip on the ground, not knowing, but luckily I thought that I had left my light on the ground, so I went back. After again, about going a 1/10 of a mile, I had to run back and see where my light was, and luckily I went back because there was my chip laying on the ground next to the chair that I had taken off my socks. So again, I had to do that, and yeah, at this point I'm screwing up so much. And then at this point, I think he decided to go ahead and run his own race because he started walking at a vigorous pace, an ultra pace that was way too fast for me. And again, I tried to keep up with him. And again, this is actually detrimental to my race, where I started getting tired, started sweating, and yeah, I decided to let him go. And because he was getting further and further apart, further and further away from me, and this is where things started to fall apart. It's morning, y'all. I'm spent. Look, this is what we're dealing with. Rocks. All the rocks. This is not even that bad. This is runnable, actually. I kind of want to quit. I'm at 31 miles, that's 50k. I am tired. This is one of the hardest courses I've ever seen. So tired. All right, I was thinking about this for a while, and I'm done. My body's barely moving. This race course has humbled me. I don't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to finish this loop. I'm gonna get to the aid station and call it a DNF. I was not prepared for this terrain, for these hills. I was not ready. So I reached the next aid station, and at that point I called it quits, and I got to, that was mile 33 and a half, and I made my half a mile trek down to the finish line, because I knew that next section from the last aid station to the last 7 miles was going to be crazy. It had the crazy hills, all the rocks, all the descents that I wasn't good at. So I made a decision to quit my race, and I finished. I finished at mile 35. I DNF. I did not finish.